In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how SharePoint 2013 and Word 2013 come together to allow multiple people to co-author a document at exactly the same time. In SharePoint 2013, I'm logged in as Karen Berg. And as that user, I'm now going to make an edit to a document. But before I make those document edits, I can select the document and see a preview of the document in the browser. It's a great new feature that allows me to make sure that the document I'm changing is actually the one I'm really interested in. And Word 2013 has another great feature which sends me back to the last paragraph that I've been working on. So now I've jumped down to the product overview where I was working on last, and I can start making some more edits. Now while I'm making changes to the product overview, at the same time Julian is going to start working on this document too. And you see at the bottom a message pops up saying, hey, Julian is also now working on this document. And I can even use link to give Julian a quick message. So I'm going to use this to open up an instant message conversation to just make sure that Julian and I are both not getting into much conflicts, and ask Julian to maybe make some changes to the competitor statistics while I'm working on the product overview. And Julian, being the nice guy he is, of course agrees to that plan of action, and we both can start working on our individual sections of this report at the same time. Now, while I'm working away, I notice now that the direct competitors section has been locked by Julian. His name turns up next to the paragraph, but I can't see any changes that he's done yet. And there's also a dotted line next to the paragraph that I'm working on that shows me that my paragraph has been locked to me. Now if I want to see any changes between Julian and myself, if I want to synchronize those, I press the Save button in the top left, and that also synchronizes the latest changes from all users on this document. A message pops up telling me it'll highlight it in green. So if I see lots of green highlights, those are the changes that have happened since the last save. And I can see Julian's changed some statistics already. It's 40 established providers and very large market share. What you'll also notice, while this paragraph is selected, the editing ribbon is completely grayed out. I cannot make any changes to this paragraph. I can't type into it, I can't change fonts or any other elements of it because it's completely locked to Julian. Now that's a simple example where two people are working in two different areas of the document. But what happens if we both had the same idea at the same time? Now SharePoint takes a couple of seconds to synchronize these locks. So it can happen that two people edit the same paragraph at exactly the same time before SharePoint was able to lock it for one or the other user. So what I'm going to do now is press my Save button. That's going to try to synchronize the changes, and that's going to identify the conflict that needs resolution. A message pops up that allows me to then have a look at the conflict, and it effectively merges Julian's changes together with my changes. So now I can see all the changes that have happened to that paragraph in one single view, and I can then decide to accept my changes or reject my changes. And in this case I decide to accept my changes, which gives me the merged version of that paragraph, and I can carry on working on it. So that's now resolved our conflict, and we've now synchronized our changes back again. So this has been a demonstration on how multiple people can work together using Word and SharePoint 2013. How you can use link to communicate while you're collaborating, which is a great way of making sure everybody works in different areas of the report. And I've also shown you how conflict resolution can be used quite effectively to make sure that if two people have the same idea, you can still resolve those conflicts using highlighting and track change capabilities built into the co-authoring.